Hello sports fans, this is Nigel, aka Mr. BMG, and I'm here to tell you about our new sports show hosted by yours truly. Coming soon is Flexx FM Sports Desk with Nigel Blair. We'll be giving you the latest update on the Casa League, the Jamaica Premier League, interviews with coaches, players, and experts in the soccer world. So remember to tune in every Tuesday, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. right here on flexfm.online and Flexx FM Sports on your YouTube channel. See you there. Okay, good evening and welcome to Flexx FM Sports Desk, our new sports show right here on flexfm.online and Flexx FM Sports on your YouTube channel. I'm your host, Nigel Blair, and I have my co-host, Mr. Valney Brown, aka Coach Brown.
Pleasure having you guys having me here.
Okay. I want to welcome all my viewers, my local viewers, and my viewers around the world. Welcome to Flexx FM TV and Flexx FM Sports Desk. Our show is going to be geared around our new 2023 Casa season right here in our local Fort Lauderdale area. And it's one of our leading amateur soccer league that's taken the world by storm. And I tell you, Coach Brown, this is a new show for us.
Sure.
And I tell you, it's a long show that's been anticipated, and our viewers been waiting for.
And I think we will be well received.
I think so. I think so. We'll not only be giving you updates on the Casa League season, but also updates on the Jamaican Premier League. This is, of course, geared around a lot of experts in the soccer field, in the soccer industry. We'll be doing a lot of interviews with coaches, players, soccer professionals, and a lot of good stuff coming. So, Coach, let's start off by telling our viewers, you're my expert coach on the panel. Tell our viewers a little bit about yourself.
Well, I was born in Kingston, Jamaica, July 13, 1962.
That's a lot.
Yes, in a beautiful place called Greenwich Farm, where all the fishes swim in the sea and everybody used to come and get their fish and their fish tea and the rest of it. Then I went up to, moved up to the Mullines Garden area, where I lived throughout my entire life until I migrated here in the United States in 1988. I've been in the coaching business since 1978, right out of high school. I decided to see what it has to offer and try to give back to some youngsters, a little that I learned. And then when I came overseas, I expanded my horizon in getting to know the business a lot better. And from that, I've been going from strength to strength.
Coach, it sounds like you have a lot of experience in this field.
certainly does. Over the years, yeah, a lot.
Well, I tell you, we have, as I mentioned before, our Casa League,
yeah,
which is more professional than amateur, I would say. And for viewers who are not familiar with the Casa League, Casa is the acronym for Caribbean Americas Soccer Association. And as I said before, it's one of our leading soccer league right here in South Florida, and a league that has been around for, and I'm saying, I think 18 years.
Going 19 now.
Going 19 that this league has been around, and it has set a platform for a lot of individual talented young players that come through this platform and that are able to go on to college on scholarship, are able to go on directly to the pros. These are some of the stuff that we're going to be talking about, and we're going to shed some light on how the progression of this league and the progression of players who come through or came through this league. Coach, we had a fantastic week last week.
Oh, I wouldn't mind doing it again. Okay, are they going to do the Casa League Youth Classic tomorrow?
And in case you didn't tune in last week, we had the Casa Youth Classic, which is an event that Casa puts on year to year. This year was its 11th year doing it, and it consists of high school players from throughout the Caribbean and throughout the United States. Now, our last week, we had our select team from Jamaica, a select team from Trinidad.
Tobago.
I keep saying Trinidad.
You're going to be this.
I tell you, my Trinidadian viewers are going to string me up.
The Tobagans are going to string you up.
Yeah, both of them going to string me up.
There's no way out. Because we're used to that.
Right,
Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, the team was from Tobago.
Yeah.
All right. And of course, we had 4 local teams from our area. And I tell you, it was a fantastic tournament.
So who were the teams from the local area?
From our local area, we had the Plantation U19. We had the Lauderhill U19. We had Inter Miami.
Wow,
U19.
That was a big one.
Yeah, Inter Miami U19, and then we had Altitude Rush.
That was a surprising one.
And that was from up in Port St. Lucie.
Yeah, that was very, very surprising.
And I tell you, it was a great look for not only the young players, but it was a great look for the colleges that showed up, the coaches that was here, and all the scouts that were here. I tell you, it was definitely a great look for Casa. Tell me, Coach, give me some assessment from what you have seen last week.
One of the things that caught me personally was when I got a call from a friend over in Cairo, Egypt, that he's watching on Flexx FM Sport finals.
You're telling me that Flexx is flexing in Egypt?
Flexing right around the world, because he said, I'm watching the game. Who is that number 11 kid? And I'm like, he's from St. George's College. His name is Brian Burkett. He says he has a brain on the game. And we had a good chit chat on it, but he's there in Cairo doing his business, so he took time out to watch it. For the league itself, it has stepped up. Over the years, the oppositions is just a dominant Jamaican team. Every year Jamaica team won. Every year Jamaica team won. So now we got to change.
Jamaica actually won
9
out of the
11. Right. So it's time for a change, and Inter Miami sure brought that change.
I tell you, it was a great final, and if you did not see the game, just go to Flexx FM Sports on your YouTube channel, and remember, when you go to that, subscribe, please hit that subscribe button so you can always be updated and see what we have going on here on Flexx FM TV, Flexx FM, and also Flexx FM Sports. So you can go back and watch that game if you missed it.
And the Jamaican team should have won the game with 3 minutes left on the clock.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Never say never until it's over.
But I tell you, we had some, the Trinidadian goalkeeper, man. I tell you.
The goalkeeper was awesome.
What was his name? Kareem
Warner.
Kareem Warner.
Was very, very outstanding.
I tell you, he was, for me, out of the whole tournament,
he was the MVP.
He was the MVP. you know.
19 years old.
19, Trinidad put on...
4, somewhere like that.
Trinidad. Tobago. Smack me next time I say Trinidad. Tobago put on an exciting display, individual display on the field. I mean, as I said before, with this tournament, winning is good, but your performance, individual performance, is what counts. That's what the coaches are looking for.
Yeah, that's what the scouts are looking for.
And that's what the scouts are looking for.
Right.
Now, other than that, the Tobago goalkeeper, who do you think that was outstanding?
For me, it was number 6, 11, and 10 for Jamaica. That's Romain Blake, Kevon Wilson in 10, and Brian Burkett in 11. Those were the 3 that stood out to me from the Jamaica's team. On the Inter Miami team, the center back,
right?
Number 66, he was a monster throughout the game. The first keeper for Inter Miami before they made it was doing a splendid job until they made the substitution.
Yeah, I tell you, you know, I've seen a lot of talent that come through this tournament. I mean,
Lauderhill had some really good talented youngsters out there.
I tell you, Lauderhill actually...
They scared Jamaica.
They scared Jamaica, put Jamaica on their heel.
Oh, yes, they certainly did.
Because they came out to play. You know, they wasn't going to take...
No, they weren't lined up. They weren't lined up. No.
For nothing.
They gave Jamaica the scare of life.
You know, and so what we have that tournament now. The actual Casa League starts, I think it starts on the 17th.
Somewhere
17th, or the 11th.
11th,
11th
somewhere in there.
Is when the first game starts for the Casa League. And again, if you're not familiar with the Casa League, Casa is combined of 2 different leagues. You have the Super League, that you have 10 teams, and that's open players. And then you have the Masters. And I think there's 8 teams in the Masters.
The Masters, yeah.
Right, and the Masters is over 40. And I tell you, last year the Masters outshined the Super League.
Yes, they sure did. They sure did.
You know,
they brought them some Pele Wilson and his gang.
Listen,
displayed some good quality ball.
Some great pen, and I tell you, we are going to be featuring those games on Saturdays. So tune in right here on Flexx FM Sport. I think we featured game starts at 6 o'clock. We're going to carry a Master game and a Super League game. And the season runs from now until July.
Yeah.
Right? And we will be right there, step by step with the league, giving you updates, giving you replays, giving you bloopers.
Yeah, with Flexx, Nigel, and the amount of people, audience that is drawn to Flexx, I think Flexx is number 1 in and around the diaspora right now when it comes to this thing of sport going across 72 countries across the world. I don't know anybody else that's doing that. It is awesome, and it's an experience that I really, really appreciate, love, because of the kind people that gave me the opportunity to be on the Flexx Sport team.
Well, we have Flexx FM Sports, and FlexXFM.online is our main channel, and that's FLEXX FM.online. And we are a 24-hour streaming platform. So at any time you tune in, there is something going on, where there's a live talk show, live DJ, movie, documentaries. There's always something going on. I tell you, while we were doing the classic here, right, we had another team in Jamaica doing Rebel Salute.
So my question to all this, because Flexx seems to be out there, how do you guys get to do this? How does the funding come for Flexx to manage such a humongous program that you're all doing now?
Well, it's a dream that came true for us. A lot of hard work, you know, and it's we've been building this, our brainchild, our dreamer, TC Flexx.
Yeah.
You know, dream of this coming from radio and transition into television, you know. So we're just taking it to the next level, and I tell you. Now,
I'd love to be a part of this right throughout.
Well,
And for all the people that knows me, I've coached over 1 million people or more. Whatever you can do to contribute to Flexx Sport and Flexx Live,
well,
we're here for it.
we're here to bring you what we have around the world. You know, listenership, viewership. I tell you, I received a call from Jamaica during the Classic, and this is the first time since the Classic has been, they've been doing the Classic, that Jamaica was able to watch.
Right. I received from Peps in Pembroke call, that football program, and they said this is refreshing.
Yes, I tell you,
it was rather refreshing.
It's a great thing, and it's only going to get greater. I tell you, later on in our show, I will be interviewing the president and the vice president of the CASA organization, and to get more update and more history of this great organization that we have here in South Florida, and are able to bring it throughout the world to each and every one out there. Now, Coach, we have the league coming up. I understand that you have a team in the league. And a matter of fact,
I'm the defending champion.
Who won the league last year?
Mr. Blair, I'm the defending champion.
You're the what?
Inter Florida FC is the defending champion for CASA. And that's coached by me and Leonard Giddon last year. We did a superb job with that last year. Yes, we did. We are the defending champion.
I think you did a fantastic job last year, and you think that you're up to the challenge of defending your championship?
I'm looking for a three-peat.
You're looking for a three-peat?
I'm looking for a three-peat.
Well, I tell you, I know of 9 teams out there that's watching, that's saying, Coach, you have no idea what you're talking about.
Yes, and that is good, because what it does is it brings that upliftment to the sport, where everybody wants to take down Coach Brown and Inter Florida. So I love that. I thrive on that.
Well, tell me some of the surprises that you're going to bring this season, because I know you're the coach who goes out and find these young talented players. I don't know how you do it, Coach. But you always, for year after year, I've known you now over 20 years.
Right? More than 20.
More than 20 years. And you've always been able to go out there and find these young, talented players and nurture them.
What is it, Nigel, is that when the youngsters believe in you as a person that takes care of them, care about their well-being, then they open up to others and they say, hey, the best person to go to is Coach Brown. He will make sure that you're getting taken care of. And that's what I do for them. And then I give them the exposure. It's like I got a call today for a center back, 2004, to go to Germany. I have a center back that I just picked up. And I said, young man, here's an opportunity. Send your stuff over to Germany ASAP. And he did. And he got some positive response. So he's going to tell somebody else about me.
Coach, over the years, as I said before, I noticed that you have been able to do this with a lot of players. How are you able to do that?
It's like magic. Sometimes I pinch myself to figure out how it happens. But what I'll do is, like, I'm just acquiring a place right now to house a couple players, not much, 4 or 5, possibly 6 players. And I go to OCMI, which is an insurance company, and they said, listen, whatever you need, we'll try to help you with. So I get with them and ask them to help me to offset the cost for 6 months so these players can come in and enjoy.
Now, all these players that you've helped over the years, how are their gratitude towards you?
Well, my most outstanding player that I've coached over the years is Kanya Tajay Plummer.
Captain of
Jamaica's only World Cup female team that made it to the World Cup. I remember taking her from Epsom St. Mary and brought her to this beautiful country of opportunity. She was removed from the Jamaica's national team and sent back to Jamaica. But when I saw her the first time, I said, this young lady is it. And everybody say, oh, you're going to take a chance. I said, it's a chance worth taking, and I took it. Brought her here, booked her on an American airline, brought her to America. And I said, young lady, this is a golden opportunity for you.
Now, let me ask you, Coach, you have our viewers out there watching you now, and you may have a young man or young lady or, a mother, father, and they said, you know what, I would like Coach Brown to be the coach of my child. How can they get in touch with you?
Well,
what are the process of getting in touch with you?
It's very, very simple, because my number haven't changed in years that I've been in America. It's a 954-822-0762. That's my number, and it's Coach Valney Brown. You say Coach Valney Brown, everybody laugh at you. Just say Coach Brown, and everybody know who I am. I think I heard one player say, you are the gaffer in South Florida. I don't know what that means. So you can get me on that. You can.
I think I have to grab my dictionary for that one.
Right. So you can contact me at any given point. My phone is never turned off. So once you decide to come in, we give you an open floor to display your talent, and then we help you to enhance that talent to wherever you want to take it.
Now, and when you look at these young players, do you look at them for to see who you think is good enough to make it into the pros or into college, or what do you look for?
All of the above, because like Andre Blake, when I went to Jamaica to scout Andre.
That's the captain of the
Reggae Boys. When I went down to Jamaica to scout him, Ray Reid, and I called Ray Reid, Kevin Bach, and Dave Brennan, I said, this is him.
And those were the coaches of UConn?
At the time.
Yeah.
I said, this is him. And they took a trip to Jamaica. I don't think they said, oh, we're just going to take this pill right here. They went to Jamaica to go look at him themselves. And when they said Andre Blake, they said, Coach Brown, if you tell us anything in any given time, we believe you. And so I got Andre to UConn, Sergio Campbell to UConn, Nick Carter Blake, UConn, Lionel Brown, UConn, Shane Hudson, UConn, and Michael De Silva. All went to the University of Connecticut. Did a fair job over there. So when I walk in Connecticut, I'm honored for the good talent that I sent to that school. So that's how you do it. For the college, I advise most of you youngsters who have been advised that you're pro and you can go pro. I have worked with over 100 professional teams. Colombia, Spain, Brazil, Argentina, you name them. Once they land in the United States, my boss and Kicks International used to host all those teams. So I have the privilege of seeing it firsthand. I've watched Jamaica, watched Haiti, Trinidad, Guatemala, El Salvador, you name them. And the difference is way and far between. And for a youngster to be a professional player, it takes a lot. It's not easy. Is it something that you have to decide that you want to do? I know that you're going to do it. My best advice to youngsters is go through the college route. Go into college, get yourself ready and prepared to go pro.
Now, I know that you're also affiliated with one of the Premier League teams in Jamaica.
Yes, I was handed over by Gas and Bobby Mullines about 1984. And I migrated 1988, and I'm still full supporter of my club, whether we're down, up, in the middle, or around. As a matter of fact, I just sent a couple of pairs of cleats to Jamaica. One player just left, and I made sure he took at least 5-6 pairs of cleats down to Jamaica. Right. So you still keep supporting the club and stuff like that. We're not in a good position right now. And I think it's mainly because we still in the 1344 settings where we look at seniority and senior players, and that's not really the avenue to take. I receive calls many a time, and scouts around the world and agents, they want players 18 to 22, max. We are looking at some 35, 45-year-old to play for Premier League. And that's our holdback right now. We have to change that to a youth program where the youths come through with the experience of a few to help guide them through.
Okay, so you talk about the Jamaican Premier League right now. I think Mount Pleasant is leading the league.
Yeah, sure is.
With, I think 27 points, followed by Cavaliers.
And that Mount Pleasant club has a top striker that was at Malines, Javante Stewart. He's a beast.
You traded him?
They sold him to the highest bidder.
So you have Mount Pleasant on top of the table for the Premier League with 27 points. You have Cavaliers 25 points.
That's the technical director for Jamaica's football program, Mr. Odell Speed.
Followed by Arnett Garden.
For Teagat Davis.
Humber Lion.
I think that's Andrew Price.
Harborview.
Clyde Jardine.
And Dunby Holding
that's
in sixth place. Those are the top 6 teams in the Jamaican Premier League. And I tell you, Coach, it's a great pleasure having you here as my co-host on this platform. You know, I look forward to having you for many episodes to come. This is our first episode. You know. Coming up, we're going to have, I'm going to be interviewing the president and the vice president of the CASA Soccer Association coming up in a few. We're going to take a break, go to our sponsors, and when we come back, I have some surprise for you. Stay tuned. Hosted by yours truly. Coming soon is Flexx FM Sports Desk with Nigel Blair. We'll be giving you the latest update on the CASA League, the Jamaica Premier League, interviews with coaches, players, and experts in the soccer world. So remember to tune in every Tuesday, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. right here on flexfm.online and Flexx FM Sports on your YouTube channel. See you there.
441 in Oakland Park inside the Shell gas station is now Mikey's Car Wash, where every vehicle is hand washed, vacuumed, and dried by a human being. Mikey's Car Wash inside of the Shell gas station, 3101 North State Road 7 in Lauderdale Lakes. Mikey's Car Wash for a full detailing of any vehicle, cars, trucks, SUVs inside the Shell gas station at 3101 North State Road 7 in Lauderdale Lakes. For information, 954-816-2993. Thanks to Mikey's Car Wash and the Shell gas station on 441 and Oakland Park for your support to the ZOP Radio.
And welcome back to Flexx FM Sports Desk. Once again, I'm your host, Nigel Blair, along with my co-host, Mr. Valney Brown, aka Coach Brown.
A pleasure.
And as I promised you at the end of the break, I would be bringing on some special guests. And I have to the left of me here, Mr. Cleveland Brown, president of the CASA League. And next to him, I have Mrs. Maxine Dwyer, director of the CASA League.
Welcome.
There you go. Thank you
Welcome.
very much. Thank you.
Mr. Brown, how are you, sir?
Yes, I'm good.
He's always good.
I'm good.
It's a cool cat.
Cool cat. You know, I've been enlightening our viewers about the CASA League. Mm-hmm. And as I always mention, CASA, to me, is the most professional amateur league that I've seen anywhere. And the best of what we have here in South Florida. And Flexx FM Sports are here to take CASA to the world. That's what we're here to do.
Great, great.
So you're doing that.
And that's why here. So tell our viewers a little bit about you and a little bit about your affiliation with CASA.
Okay, my name is Cleveland Brown, and I say I'm the president of CASA. I'm supposed to be looking into that. And I've been with the organization for 16 years as director of the Super League and Masters League. And just this past October, the presidency was thrown into my lap.
Well, congratulations.
And did you catch it?
Did you catch it?
I caught it, but I can't run with it. It's kind of heavy. But
well, you know what? That's what we're here to do, to help you with the burden.
Like Christ with a cross.
Yes.
Here.
Have
But
support.
I have some great people around me and who cares about the organization, and I believe that with them we can move the organization forward.
Beautiful, beautiful. I'm going to get back to you in a minute, but you know, I have to turn to the most beautiful, lovely Miss Maxine. Miss Maxine, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I'll pay you later, Nigel.
So that was just a tip that you gave me?
You know, Nigel, this is one lady that every time I see her, she bring kind of some goose pimples, tears to my eyes, because I remember my mama used to be just the same when she was alive.
I think Miss Maxine is the hardest working person in the league right now. So, Miss Max,
Yes.
tell our viewers a little bit about you and again, and your affiliation with the...
Well, my name is Maxine Dwyer. I have been affiliated with the league since its early inception, not exactly when it first started, but 2004 later in the year. Mm-hmm. And I've been around since. I've been away a few times, studying, but I came back, so it's going to be my 19th year. I am presently the director of leagues. Cleveland. I was the director of Super League before, and now I'm the director for both leagues, because Cleveland, as he said, the presidency dropped in his hands.
And you just threw everything to you.
He just threw it over.
And you caught it?
And I caught it. So here I am.
But on exchange.
Yes, yes.
Very, very good. You know, we earlier in our discussion, we shed some highlight on the classic that just passed.
Wow.
What a great
Lovely
event. You know, tell us, the director, tell us a little bit about that.
So the Youth Classic came about probably about 13, 14 years ago. It was a dream child of the late George Forbes, and our recent past president, Mr. Richard Campbell, ran with it.
Right.
And so he implemented it. And this year, we haven't had it since 2019, so this is
because of the pandemic.
Because of the pandemic.
Right.
So now it was new. We had a lot of challenges because, you know, the pandemic was over, and we had a lot of challenges bringing it back for the first time. But we went over the hurdles. I have a great team on the board of CASA, the president, vice presidents, and all the others, registrar, and just everybody went head first and actually made it happen. We did things we never did before. We had a wonderful college prep forum.
Yes, yes.
Which is the dream child of Georgia Freckleton. She's been saying it for years, and we finally did it. We had over 150 people present.
And what was the content of that?
The content of that was international scholarship, what to look for when you apply for a scholarship, and different factors and different components that have to be taken into consideration when a student athlete, which is a soccer player, applies to a coach. So we had the head coach of Florida Memorial College that came. We had two of our own players in the league that I think he's the director of conduct and residency at St. Thomas University, and that's what he deals with. And there was Dr. Leighton Gray, who also got a scholarship coming to the U.S. for soccer many years ago. So he gave us his experience.
Right.
As a person who came, the culture shock, and what to look for and how to keep the scholarship. We also had Munga came on to tell us his story from being born in Africa, went to Europe, and then coming to America on a scholarship. So it was quite extensive.
So you're telling me that you didn't just bring these players up here to play, but also to educate them.
Education, definitely, we did. We gave them the resources and tool. And the great thing that came from that was the coach, who is the head coach, along with Dr. Gray and Romario and Munga, gave them their personal email and phone number and say, if you have any questions, we are going to be the resource to you getting a scholarship if you're qualified. And that was really big, really big.
You know, we have to take our hats off for you guys for doing this, because I know there's a lot of viewers out there that's watching us right now, and that's going, wow.
Yes.
Because this is an excellent opportunity for these young players.
Yes.
You know, and Mr. Cleveland, what should our viewers look forward to in this new CASA season?
Well, first of all, I would like to apologize to our fans. The league was supposed to kick off on the 4th, and because of some issues that we had to put it back to the following week, which is the 11th.
The 11th, right?
The 11th. Yeah, we have a eight-team league this year, and there's a couple of new teams, and they're looking really, really good. I think they're a good addition to the CASA League, and you know, I think the season, as we progress, the fans are gonna see a lot of really good games.
Yeah.
On Flexx, and thanks to Flexx for spreading it around. How many countries now?
We're actually being viewed by over 72 countries right now.
Wow, you went up from 64.
Yeah. Actually, I think when I looked at it today, it was at 73. To be honest with you,
Wow.
You know, but you know, we start doing streaming the Casa last year on the Super League, and I got a lot of flack from the Masters.
You're always gonna get flack from the Masters.
So for the Masters fans and players that are watching, we are gonna try our best to carry at least one Master and one Super League every week.
Oh, wonderful.
So, you know, we're going to do our best to do that, you know, the best that we can. Because I tell you, the feedback that we have gotten so far from around, not just around the country, but around the world, that's been able to see these games is tremendous, you know, and we have to take our hats off to you guys, you know, for, you know, being around this platform for so long and watch it manifested to what it is today.
A question to you, Mr. President. I know this league take resources. I've seen you do it with the youngsters recently. You dig, you dug, you did everything to make it happen. I must take up my hat to you on this year's Casa. It was Youth Classic. It was fulfilling. Great reviews from all over. Even me getting a review as great commentator and all that good stuff. So you've so far taken on this challenge right now. Seems to be heading in the right direction. But how do you plan to go forward in getting sponsors? Because that's going to be key for this league to be successful, so you can do what you want to do as the new president.
I think that we'll get more sponsors on board if we show the community that we're actually helping the youth in the community. And so what we're doing is trying to link up even with the Lauderhill Juniors, the Lauderhill program, Lauderhill Lions program, and we started out by inviting them back for a few years. They haven't been in the Youth Classic. We started that by inviting them back into the Youth Classic.
And that was a tremendous move.
And they're now also going to be playing in the Super League. We encourage them to play in the Super League because if you have players of that caliber and you know they're not playing in competitive games, they can't reach their full potential.
Yeah, most definitely.
And so what we're hoping to do too is partner with other people who want to come in through CASA and help with the youth program in the city.
Lady Maxine, I also have to commend you on the work that I saw you did this past weekend in getting everything organized, getting everything running. How do you do such a great work with a smile on your face?
Because I was been
I was born laughing. My concept is that work has to be done. So whatever it takes
Get it done.
to get it done, I get it done. I call Cleveland 10 times a day, 10 times a night. I call Tony, Georgia, whoever I need to call to get it done. I work 16, 18, 20 hours a day. Whatever it takes for us to get it done, we do. We meet 5 times a week, as Cleveland can tell you, behind doors to make sure that we get it done. And we are striving at this time for excellence.
I spoke to a couple of the players that came up this week past, and you have been instrumental when I brought Stats here the first time to participate in the Western Cup. That's 2018.
Oh wow, yeah.
And those youngsters still remember you, the Shamara Daly, the rest of them. Now there's a new group that's coming in, and they're expecting you to be the mother of them. But what surprised me today is when I got a call from the captain of the Jamaica's team, Romaine Blake, and said, please tell Miss Maxine, thank you for everything that you guys have done.
Oh, yes. I love young people. Animals, babies, and young people are my thing. They're true, they are pure, they're innocent. And I love, when it comes to young boys, I love young boys. Young boys. And when the kids are here, I treat them like I would treat any one of my kid. And yes, I have the motherly instinct, and for me, they're all my children. Even the boys that play in the league, I ruffle their hair and pull their ears, and, you know, just being a mother, you know, because when kids are away from their parents, they look for that comfort, someone who can be like a mother to them, you know, care, listen to them, feed them, whatever, you know. And I keep in touch with a lot of these kids, believe it or not. I do keep in touch with a lot of them, you know, that have gone to colleges and so. Well, thank you. Oh, wow, thank you very much.
Interjecting that too, there's something that Maxine forgot to mention, which was a great thing on her part. I think her and Georgia came up with the idea of having a couple of players with mentors, having mentors with the players, and I think that was a great thing. Yeah.
Wow,
so we had people that gave the kids their numbers, and you know, so they didn't have to be calling the organization if they needed something. They would call their mentor, and I thought that was
thank you, and I totally forgot about it. I decided from past that the boys need mentor, and I formulated a CASA Big Brother mentorship team, and I reached out to different young men in the community, influential men that are in soccer, and I paired them up with 2 youths that was coming in, and that worked out beautifully.
I tell you, I totally love what you guys are doing in this CASA organization. I myself have been a part of it for I don't know how long.
Many years.
I keep retiring. I keep retiring from stage to stage. So I don't know what's next for me now. You know, but we're gonna be bringing to our viewers every week, right on this platform, you know, a lot of highlights from the CASA League. You know, we're going to try to get as many coaches that I can on this platform, interviewing a lot of players right here, so we can, you know, get them out there. Our whole idea behind this is for them to be showcased.
That's right.
You guys created the platform there. We have created this platform to take it worldwide, and that's what we intend to do. You know, so I'm here to say that we're going to be step by step with you guys.
Oh, wow.
You know, so,
great.
So
I think one of the things that you've done too, Nigel, with Flexx and doing the games is that a lot of the teams, they're not taking advantage of it. Like, you know, players that they can come to you, and if they have to send a video somewhere, you can edit a video of them
and it's also easy access for the college coaches. Once they have the link to just sit there and watch that game.
Yeah.
And identify the player that they need.
You charge a fee for the editing.
Well, for the editing, there will be a small fee. A small fee. You know, it takes a lot of time to do the editing.
It really does.
And, you know, my engineers will already chop off my head. You know, I already bring them out every.
and you've been doing it for free for a while, so we thank you for being one of our big sponsors, because we consider you being a sponsor to CASA, and we want to extend our sincere gratitude for the work that you're doing. I mean, you're there every Saturday, you know, and I mean, you're not being paid from us.
And we appreciate it. You know, we appreciate it. You know, and our viewers appreciate it. You know, and that's what we're here for. It's a sport that we all love.
Exactly.
You know, we eat, breathe, dream, everything.
I want to put a president on a hot seat.
Oh, gee.
Hotter than it is already.
Listen, exactly. Listen.
The reason for this hot seat is that over the years, I have 8 sisters. and 4
I
daughters.
know where this is going. Okay.
I remember 2012 when we started a Reggae Girls program here in Florida, right here in Florida, right where we're sitting here. And many people said, nah, won't work. I want to throw a little thing as spokes in your about we enjoyed the men's classic so much. What about the women's classic?
Actually, we've had some discussions on that, believe it or not.
Also, is that hard to say that or not?
No, it's not. No, it's not.
We've had some discussions on it, but the seat is still hot, and I just want to cool it down a little bit, and then we can get into that, because that's another big undertaking. I mean, but it would be great to bring a team from different islands, women's team from
and
different
then you know
islands.
what? When we conclude the finals, it could be the women and then the men after.
Yeah,
something like that. So, and then the college coach. For the main reason, my daughter is now the head coach of South Carolina State University.
Oh, okay.
Wow,
Congratulations.
And I'll tell you what, she played in the Castle League too. She played in the Castle League back in the
back in the
with
days
Karima.
with Karima.
Yeah, she plays, and she's looking forward to come to the Classic and scout
lovely.
ladies at the Classic.
No, that's something that's on the radar.
I mean, a lot of opportunities have opened up just from the casa. The amount of players that I've seen that come through that league that have made it through college, that have made it to the pros, unbelievable.
I had not to cut you, I have a kid that in 2016 got a scholarship from the Youth Classic. His name is Cassania Hall.
I know that name.
Remember? I think he went to Stets. And he now got here, did his 4 years at Southeastern University, went on to do his master's, got married, and he was supposed to come to speak at the college prep, because he's now officially last week a college coach.
Wow.
Yes,
awesome.
And he was going to come, but he said he'll come again. Yes.
On this Castle League, there's a young man that plays for Dunby Holden, which is number 2 or number 3 on the Premier League.
Yes.
I scouted him here at the Classic 2018. He went on to play in Europe. And now he's back in Jamaica. Peter McGregor.
Lovely.
So Casa have been doing a lot. Casa have been doing a lot.
That's what it was set up for, is to be able to help these young men and soon young women.
Yes, and soon young women. Took it.
But I have some great shots of that, receiving it, and then we have to get
a lot of people don't know that they had called us and asked us if they can use 2 squads, so they would use 1 squad for the first half and 1 for the second half. And I was told that because of the quality of play in the second half, he decided to just change a couple of players and bring the whole team back out.
Oh, wow.
So, that's respect. That's respect.
And that's
a good message sent to
wow.
Inter Miami organization.
The coach said to me, these are the type of game we would like to play you guys again during preseason, because these are the type of games we would like in preseason.
It was a phenomenal game.
It's a good thing for you guys. I give you kudos.
Once again,
thanks to Carrie and Leonard. Coach Leonard for putting it together. They did a great job. Thank you, guys.
And we on the other side, we were just commentating.
Yes, you were just commentating.
Okay. Too bad we don't have a lot more time to embellish on this wonderful week that we have had. But once again, I want to thank you guys for coming on my first episode.
Oh, is it that could be a trivia later on. When you become famous.
He's already famous.
Who were the 2 first
guests
on your show? There you go.
Again,
Maxine. All right.
Yes.
And once again, to our viewers, I do appreciate you. And remember to subscribe.
Yes.
Clip that subscription button. All right?
Subscribe.
And once again, this is Nigel for Flexx FM Sports Desk saying, until next week, stay tuned.
We're out.
All right.
Wow.